Hi, this is Todd, and welcome to the Thrive Singles Podcast. Whether you're single again or still single, stop hating being single and learn to thrive. I am so glad to have you along with me again this week to learn more about how to thrive as a single person. Before we get started, I want to ask you, if you've been enjoying this podcast, go to iTunes or Stitcher, wherever you listen to podcasts, give us a like, and go ahead, subscribe while you're there, or go to thrivesingles.com and subscribe to the podcast or the blog. Today's podcast is how to break out of a dating rut. How do you break out of a dating rut? Change. Do something different. Lao Tzu said, if you do not change direction, you may end up where you are heading. So if you're stuck in a repeating cycle of dead-end dating, I have a one-word answer for your dilemma. Change. When I was a singles group leader, I saw, and now in other people around me as well, I see far too many people stuck in a dating rut. They never grow as a person. They date the same kind of people over and over, and they look in the same places again and again. So naturally, they get the same result time after time. Well, don't let this be you. If you continue doing the same thing, you'll continue to get the same result. When what you're doing is not working, do something else. Try something new. How else can I say this? Modify your modus operandi. To get a different result, stop doing what you're currently doing and start doing something different. When you feel stuck, it's time to reevaluate everything and see what needs changing. So change number one, change yourself. Start with the one thing you can change, yourself. Start with your why. Why do you date? Why do you date who you date? Sit down with yourself, have a frank discussion about why you date, who you date, and why you date them. Seriously, do it. You may be surprised at what you hear yourself say. You could even write it down, type it out. Sometimes the things that make sense in your head, they sound totally different when you read them out loud later on or read them to someone else. Compare your reasons for dating to the ones I wrote about in my post on Thrive Singles blog, Better Dates Part 1. Some reasons for dating are a lot better than others. Are you dating for the right reasons? Change your attitude. Change how you see yourself. Change how you see dating. Do you see yourself as too good for this one or not good enough for that one? Either of those extremes is as unhealthy as the other. Learn to see yourself accurately. You're probably not the greatest. You're probably not the worst. More than likely, you're stuck somewhere in the middle of that big bell curve with the rest of us. Perhaps you're stuck in a rut because you have unrealistic expectations about dating. Maybe you need to put dating in its proper perspective. Are you looking for a project? Are you looking for a savior? Are you expecting too much or maybe too little? Do you date to give or to get? Are you waiting for Prince Charming? Or settling for whatever comes along? Here again, any extreme is not healthy. Have the attitude that dating is just about having a little fun and getting to know someone. Perhaps one day you'll discover one of the people you go out with would make an excellent spouse. In the meantime, get your mind right. Keep yourself and dating in the proper perspective. I go into that in a lot more depth in my post, Better Dates Part 2, at thrivesingles.com. So go check that out. Change yourself. Become a better you. If you're stuck in a rut, maybe some type of personal growth needs to happen. Perhaps you need to work on your personality, your physical appearance, your conversation skills, your body language, your confidence. The thing is, if you've been through a number of bad relationships, perhaps you should look at the common denominator, and that would be you. So maybe you need to get to the gym, read a few books, take a few classes, especially books or classes on self-improvement and relationship skills. Also, change your methods. You begin with the internal, then move to the external. After you do the work to change you, you may need to change your methods. Maybe you're looking for the wrong type of person or looking in the wrong places. So change number 2, look for a different type of person. Maybe you're stuck in a rut because you keep dating the same type of person. It's time to examine who you go out with. Remember, if you keep going out with the same types of people, you will most likely keep getting the same results. Try something different. Go out with someone you wouldn't normally go out with. Go on a date with someone who looks different from the last people you went out with. Try someone with a different style, a different attitude, or a different way of looking at things. If nothing else, dating different types of people will help you grow. The process will teach you about yourself. It will help you define what you like and what you do not like. Variety is a key to not getting stuck in a dating rut in the first place. Change number 3, look in different places. Maybe you're stuck in a rut because you keep looking in the same places. Here too, try something different. If you've been looking in bars or clubs or whatever, it's definitely time to start looking in other places. If you've been looking in your church with no luck, maybe you should go visit other churches from time to time. You could even try looking in a different city or online. Of course, online dating sites won't magically free you from a dating rut. Maybe you have been using the same profile on the same dating site and getting the same results. If so, maybe it's time to change your profile and/or dating sites. Also, if you've never tried online dating, maybe you could give it a try, just for funsies, just to change things up. On the other hand, if you've been mostly relying on online dating sites, maybe it's time to change things up and get back out into the real world more. And by the way, online dating sites, they only work if you and the other people on the site are absolutely honest about who you are and what you're really looking for. Playing games doesn't work whether it's online or offline. So think about this. What interests you? Where do other people who are interested in that go? Well, go there. Are there other things you might be interested in if you gave them a try? Try some new hobbies. Go where the people go that do those things. Who knows, you might like it. Or at least you might like the type of people who do those things. So, to sum it up, as the old saying goes, if nothing changes, nothing changes. So if you're stuck in a dating rut and want a different result, change. Do something different. Change yourself. Change who you go out with. Change where you look for people to go out with. Experiment. Shake things up. Have fun and thrive on. I hope you enjoyed this week's podcast. See you next week. Till then, be sure to subscribe and go check out my extensive archive of past posts at thrivesingles.com. And thrive on.
Whoa, thrive. Yeah, come alive. There's more to life. You gotta grow. You gotta thrive. Whoa, whoa, you gotta thrive. There's more to life than to just survive.